Nice. Mr. Freaking Mike. Waka waka Ali. How you doing, Mr. Mike? How you doing? Defined, hello. Oh, damn, I got a 1-year badge? Let's freaking go, Mike, with a 1-year badge. That's crazy, though. Man just twisted on me like that. That's crazy. Man just violated me. That's crazy. That is crazy. Guys, if you haven't already done so, make sure you do your Warpath login over on the Warpath Discord. Warpath login, guys. Make sure you do it. Okay, there we go. Guys, welcome everyone to Legacy, starting off the stream with a massive, big, freaking super sticker. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Legacy. Let's freaking go. What's up, Frost? How you doing today? Yo, what's up, Ricardo? How you doing today, buddy? Yo, yo, yo. Hello, Mr. Andre. Welcome back. What's up, AZ? Hello, man. Hello. Nikoni, hey, how you doing today, buddy? Welcome, welcome. Mr. Hunter in the house. Is Maestro a good arty officer? He's okay. He is okay. But personally, I don't think so. I think there is better options, but he is still an okay officer. He's very good on an ATG, but for artillery, as in like howitzers, not so much. I would definitely say focus on him being on the ATG if you're going to use him on anyone. Damn, YouTube chat is always bugged. What's bugged about it, Soul Havoc? Welcome to the stream, though, buddy. Welcome. What did I miss? You've not missed anything, Frost. We've literally just started. We just started the stream. What's up, Herbie? Legacy doesn't even say hello. I know, Legacy doesn't even say hello to me anymore. He just fucking launches the stickers. I really appreciate that, Legacy. How you doing today, though? Happy Easter, Mr. Adam. Happy Easter, everyone. You're doing good. That's good to hear, buddy. I want to continue my question in Discord chat before, as I'm very new. Do you think is redundant to use infantry and super heavy at once? I would say yes. I don't think you need to use both. It's either like one or the other, you know? So I would say if you're going to use a super heavy for tanking, then that's fine. If you're going to use a super heavy, it's fine. Obviously, then you could go down the sort of tech tree of tanks. But if you're going to use infantry to tank, then I would do that. I personally would not advise using both. Now, at the very, 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 very start of the game, it doesn't matter if you have both. Because you're not going to have 5 max units at the start of a game, right? Because you're always leveling up your units. You're always, like, changing them and doing this. So at the start of the game, okay, when you're under 50 million, it doesn't really matter too much. But of course, eventually, once you start going into the modern stage, you're going to end up, you don't really want to have one of each. You want to have one or the other, in my personal opinion. But remember, guys, everything I say is just a personal opinion. Most of the time, you know, everyone has their own. So I'm not a fan of infantry. Sure, I have one, you know, but I'm not a fan of using them out in the field. But a lot of people do have them, you know, over in the field. So it is what it is, you know. It's just one of those whatever you kind of feel like using. That's what I would say. What's up, Crypto Game? Crypto Gang, how you doing today? Hey, quick question. Alliance average power players are 140 mil with a 250 max, total of 9.2. What are odds of gold free for Vancouver? You should be, yeah, I think you'd be gold free. I don't see why not. You should be gold 3. I think you would be. Yo, what's up, Aaron? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today, buddy? Doing fine. About to run Hegemon. Oh, yeah, we got Hegemon in 7.5 hours, so we got a little bit of time yet. Yo, what's up, Patriot? How you doing today, buddy? You suggest Eagle or Maestro with Vox? I personally prefer Eagle. Maestro's good. So here's the thing. I have Eagle already. Like, if I didn't have either of them, you know, if I didn't have either of them, maybe Maestro, but even then, he's only good on an ATG. He's not good anywhere else. Whereas if you was to get Eagle, he is just as good on an ATG, but he's also good everywhere else. So, from a perspective of versatility, I would say Eagle. That's my personal opinion. Did you stick your hair back? No, it's just, my hair's just up in a bun. It's always like this, every day, Legacy. Every single day, I do this to my hair. But I normally have the big headset on. My headset's on charge. It didn't charge properly overnight. So I think that's the difference. I don't have my headset on right now. Which additional skills do you have on Futurus? I have... Bum, bum, bum. I have a yawning, that's what I have. So I've just got the 2 balance skills and the 2 fortification damage skills. That's what I'm running currently. 4 infantries and a Howie. Okay, Mike. If I made a unit for getting MB, should I go for M tank or heavy tank? And which camp is best? Which tank would win against the other? And what would be effective or less effective against other units? Now, I'm personally going to say the Vanguard MB is the best MB. And it doesn't matter if you get an M or a H. They both turn into an MB. So an M turns into an MB and a H turns into an MB. They are both identical once they become an MB. So, for example, if you had an M, it's not going to be any different than if you had a H once it becomes modern. The only time they're different is in that sort of legacy edition. So when they're an M and when they're a H, they're different. But the moment they become an MB, they're identical, okay? But I personally would say, whatever you have the most blueprints for, whether you have M blueprints or heavy blueprints, you can transfer them into MB blueprints. So whatever you have the most blueprints for, you know, prior to it, then you can transfer them. But once you've got an MB, you can still turn any blueprints you've not currently made into it. So, again, it doesn't realistically matter. So, yeah, it doesn't really realistically matter. Well, sure, Patriot, but what I'm saying is whether you have a H or whether you have an M, it doesn't realistically matter because you can just make that part. You know? What's up, One? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today, dude? Thank you for the insight. I was pretty lucky on getting Liberty Infantry, which is why I was using both. I was thinking of switching for one for the rocket launcher. The rocket launcher, again, it's another very unique unit, but at the same time, you know, you got to be careful because it's a very weak unit. So it's nice and strong, but it's also weak, which sounds weird. But obviously we're talking firepower is very nice. You know, it's a good punch, especially when it comes to attacking infantry and other Howies and stuff like that. But the moment you start taking damage, you're going to take a lot of damage because it's a very weak HP-wise unit. Okay? What's up, Peter? How you doing today? Hello, buddy. Hello. The Ruthless, good morning to you too, sir. How are you today? I was watching YouTube, scrolling through videos when I entered your stream and had to increase the volume by 20%. Only General Ghost is quieter than you. I mean, I can turn it up if you guys want. I can turn up the volume. I mean, it's pretty maxed already. my volume is already pretty high, so... Does anyone else have any issues with the audio, guys? Is the audio okay? The thing is, we don't have any music playing because, let's be honest, the YouTube music is not exactly amazing. I mean, we could turn on Lilith music. It will come on in a second. It's perfectly fine? Okay, okay. Patriot, you're scaring me. I think the Lilith music might start playing here in a second. Yes, I already experienced my RTA rocket launcher getting smacked by even the lowest strength of enemy in the game. Yeah, so the thing is, they're like glass cannons, and Nikoni. You've got to think about the fact that, yes, they deal loads of damage of output, but they also don't have a lot of health. I have mama issues, if that's what you're asking. Mike, I don't know what you're on about, buddy. You wild. You need to calm down, sir. You need to calm down. I mean, compared to other vids. Well, I apologize, Patriot. I hope it's still okay, though, buddy. The thing is, I don't want to crank out the audio too high, because if we crank it out too much, we're just going to end up crackling the mic, you know, and you don't want to be doing that. I'm always calm. Uh-huh. You're good, bro. It must be him. Well, I mean, it's just different. You know, everyone has different levels on their videos. The thing is, like, I don't want to have it too loud, but I don't want to have it, you know, too quiet. So I feel like we're just, you know, just in that middle bit. I can hear you clearly, only 100% volume. Damn. As I said, guys, I can turn it up. I don't know. Do you know what we could do? Let's turn it up. Let's have a look here. So, I can turn all of these, different audio things up, right? But if I turn all the audio things up, then I'd have to turn it down on the OBS. So it's like, I don't really have an option. It's like, because it's trying to find, because if I turn it up too high, guys, you're going to hear like the crackling of the mic and stuff, and that's not good. That's really bad. I like to have it just in the, just in that perfect middle bit. I'm conflicted on should I use Stinger or Flame with Antonina on the field. It depends, one. It really depends. Let's just say, for example, let's just say there's enemies right here, yeah? These 4 grids in between these 2 bases, right? There's 4 enemies here, okay? And I've got my Howie here, right? So they're on this grid right here, which means they're just outside of my range, okay? So they're in these 4 grids. If I've got Stinger, for me to be able to hit them efficiently with all of my Stinger shots, I need to get closer so that all 4 are within range, okay? I would need to get within range of them all to then hit my skill shot. But if these Howies are all pre-charged, all 4 Howies are now going to shoot back at me. So sure, I'm now going to get all 3 off, but I'm going to lose my Howies because the skill shot's going to come back and hit them as well. Or not the skill shot, the normal shot will come back and hit them as well. But let's just say I have Argent Flame. All I need to do is hit one of them, okay? And the rest of them, no matter where they are within range, will hit the others around it. So I don't need to overextend my ability just to have everyone in range. I only need to get one of them in range, and the rest of them will get hit with the splash from Stinger. So it depends on the situation. Now, let's just say, for example, you have a rally of units all here, right? You got a massive rally of units, and they're busy fighting someone, okay? In that situation, you could say, if like, let's say they're all tanks here, for example, I could bring Stinger out, and because all of these tanks are now in range of my Stinger, when that goes off, it's going to hit everyone because they're all within range. So it all depends on the situation. It's 100% situational. But let's just say you're fighting another Howie rally. Flame will be better in that situation, in my personal opinion. Flame would be better. But if it's a rally of, say, tanks and stuff where, you know, that range could be a bit of a different situation, then Stinger will be better because he will hit more people guaranteed than what Flame would. Okay? So it depends on what you're attacking in what situation. What's up, Demon? How you doing today, buddy? Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna be real here. As a heli main, don't get a heli. Currently, it's not so good. Well, that's the thing. Everything's going in and out of meta, Mike. So right now, the heli is probably the worst unit out of the tanks. But eventually, it will become the best unit out of the tanks, you know? And then eventually, the MB will become best again. Then the light tank will be best again. It's just a forever going around circle over and over again, okay? Hey, bro, what is the maximum power for a unit without buffs? I don't know. I think it's around 50-something, 50 million-ish, 48, 50 mil. I might be wrong there, but I think it's around the 50 mil without buffs. Maybe someone here is playing with 9.2 units and maxed out wrenches. I personally, at the moment, I'm at 9.1, so I'm not... I think it's around the 50 mil mark. I might be wrong, though. I might be wrong, but maybe it's like 46, 47, 48. Around that sort of general vicinity of power. That's without buffs. Mr. Patriot, coming in with a gifted membership. Patriot, I really appreciate that, homie. Thank you ever so much. That's very kind of you. W's. Can we get some love in the chat for Patriot, please? Let's freaking go. Thank you so much, homie. I really appreciate that. What's up, Death Ghost? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Osden, hello. How you doing today? Basically, Stinger for turtling, Flame works for both. Flame does work in both situations, but Stinger for the tank situation that I mentioned would get you more. Heli can still kill MBT easy if it's got some beefy officers. Yeah, but that's if, you know, if you've got a maxed out MB and a maxed out Heli, and the, you know, the MB realistically should die very fast, but it doesn't. The MB will still take a lot of the Heli with it, you know? And that's just in a 1v1 situation. So in a 1v1 situation, the Heli should rinse the MB the same way the light tank rinses a Heli, you know? And the same way, you know, an MB would also rinse a light tank. Except the Heli doesn't rinse the MB. The MB still manages to, you know, put a good bit of damage in before it gets taken out, so... How much city badges do you need to max out advanced combat tech RT route? I don't actually know the exact number. I don't know if anyone has ever gone through and calculated the exact number that you need. But it's a decent amount. It's a decent amount. Yeah, I actually don't think anyone within the community has ever gone through and calculated it, because it would take time to calculate it as well. What hegemon level? I don't know. I think probably gold. Let's have a look. Yeah, here we go. Gold 2 level. But that's the only reason to find. I think the MB in general just, it has more versatility to it, you know? And I just feel like the heli, sure, the heli can fly over mountains, it can get somewhere quicker, it can escape quicker. But overall, I just feel like it's just not, it needs to have a bit more of a oomph to it at the moment because it's a very weak unit as well. You're welcome, buddy. What do you think about this 160 limit? Yeah, no, so I heard about that. And I'm thinking of making we're going to make a YouTube short. We're definitely going to make a YouTube short on this, guys. But I'm not 100% sure why they've decided to change this. Wrong one. This one here. I don't know why they've changed this. Does anyone here know why? That 160 is now the limit for gold 3. Why would that be? I'm not too sure. Okay, Mike, that's funny. Hey, Scopes, first time being in your live. Well, Lima is chill. I appreciate a chilled Lima, to be fair. I appreciate you, homie. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to part of the community. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. What battlefield do I play? I personally play right now in Gold 2. I'm in Gold 2. Rip Gold 3? I mean, the only reason I could think that they've removed the, like, no limit to the level of a unit, I think is for me, the reason is I think they're trying to push the whales out of Gold 3. Because, you know, the Gold 3 in general is a big step up from Silver 1 to Gold 3. And there's nothing worse than going from Silver 1 to Gold 3 just to be put with a WoW. You know, there's nothing worse. I think that actually happened to us. I think our second ever Gold 3 that we played back in the day, we got put up against an entire, and I'm not exaggerating, chat, an entire alliance of ex-Epic members, okay? They were all ex-Epic members. They all had, like, the Paramount Cups, like, rewards and stuff. They all had modern tech. This was when not one single one of my alliance members even was close to completing modern tech, and almost half of their alliance had modern tech. Okay, it was the biggest matchmaking mistake in history that I've ever seen. And basically, long story short, we was put up against these WoWs because their average power was very close to ours. So it kind of sucks, but you know, so this is kind of, I think, limiting it so that people can have more units, because the less bullets you're using, the more you can put bullets into other places, I guess. Other than that, it's the only thing I can think of, you know. Have I ever thought of going to Epic? I'm only 400 mil, Lima. There's not much I could do in Epic. So the best I could do is send a unit or two to a rally, and that's it. The game at that point is not fun. I personally, again, this is nothing against people who play in Legendary. You know, the very big boys, I understand why they play in Legendary and stuff. But anyone who is 400 mil and below, why are you in Epic? It doesn't make sense, because, you know, those guys aren't going to be able to do much, you know. I hope it's only for Vancouver. I don't think so, because it doesn't make sense, okay, Herbie, because the 160 is for ground units. for ground units. It's not for naval, it's ground units. But there's no need to... There's never been anyone complaining about ground units. Also, Donnie, welcome to the stream. Gonzalo, welcome as well. That was because of me? What do you mean, Death Ghost? I mean, it was partly because of you, but it was also just matchmaking sucked. Dark Magic says, is it worth to awaken Margarita? Chat, is there anyone in here who has had any experience so far with an awakened Margarita? For me, okay, the pepperoni pizza topping Margarita, okay, she doesn't seem that good for me on paper. Now, on paper, she doesn't seem good. But, as we all know, Red Heat on paper doesn't seem too good, but she's fucking insane. She's probably the best artillery officer out of all of them. So, on paper, she seems pretty average, you know, nothing crazy. But, you know, does anyone here have any experience with her? Is she worth it or not? That's something we could ask the people in the chat, because I personally am not 100% sure just how good she is. I can't give you an answer on something, you know, I don't know, realistically don't know the answer to. To be honest, I'm working on it now, Demon. Just not worth using it. Still could work, but yeah, my brain not braining. Mike, your brain never brains, right? They said collector level influences the matchmaking. Maybe that's how they want to push WoWs together. Yeah, I mean, they've definitely been making it so that that's part of the matchmaking for a while. But, you know, the thing is, guys, it doesn't matter with the matchmaking. It doesn't matter how good the matchmaking is or anything. It all comes down to the alliances and how they run their alliance, okay? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if people, because it happens. If you look at 90% of alliances that complain about their matchmaking, it's their own fault. Not all of them. I'm not going to say, you know, nothing in this world is perfect. Matchmaking, of course, is one of them things. Matchmaking is not perfect, but it's decent. And as long as people are, you know, doing their alliances properly, then they're going to be genuinely going to be okay. Yes, sometimes it happens. You're going to get bad matchmaking. But if you are an alliance that has inactive members, whales on your team, be ready to fight whales on the enemy team. You know, everyone should try and have the average players to be as close as possible. You don't want to have loads of whales and then loads of weak people, inactive people, because you're just going to end up fighting people that are just too strong and the smaller guys can't keep up. So 90% of the time, matchmaking isn't the problem. It's actually the alliance people and how they're recruiting. Yeah, Herbie, I think it will definitely be for all. I think it's just changed now for everyone. I mean, to be fair, Patriot, you say Lilith is being greedy, more units, which means you need to awaken more officers. Most officers are free to play anyway, so that's not technically going to make them any money. I'm headed back to Epic after 2 years. I'm 630 mil. I will let you know how that goes. I feel small among these players. See, at 630 mil, you should be in Epic League. You should be in that much higher league. But it also depends, because like, let's just say in 2 years' time, I'll be 600 mil, but it depends on all the people that are currently around that sort of 900 to 1 billion. In 2 years' time, we don't know what they're going to bring out. What are those players going to be? So would I then be in Epic or not? Or should I still then be in maybe Gold 1 or Gold 2 still? Because it all depends on where the whole game evolves, not just individually. Wait, they limited the level of the Navy units, but now you can use the 8.1. Correct. So I'll show you guys again. So Navy is gone down now. So if you're in Gold 2, it's gone down to 120. And if you're in Gold 1, okay. So if you're in Gold 1, it's 120, and that's for everything. and then you can go up to 8.2. 8.2 star. Now, 8.1 is for all of these. Yeah. Scopes, do you think me saying I should have 2 MBs instead of one of each tank type? As of this very, very second, I think 2 MBs in a light tank is better than one of each. But eventually, you know, once, you know, once, like, what's it called? The helicopter gets a bit of a buff, it might be worth going back to one of each. Guys, if I have missed any messages, I do apologize. I try to go back and read everyone, but it gets a bit hard sometimes. I asked because, dude, I have almost 1.4k statues. Well, here's the thing, Magic. 1.4k statues sounds like a lot, but it's not. You awaken one officer, you're down to 700. Okay, so that means you can get 2 officers, but... You know, I normally like to sit around between 1.4k statues and 2,000 statues to 2.1 statues. And the reason for this is because you're always allowing an excess for new officers that come out that could potentially be, oh, wow, that's insane. We need to get it. You know, it's better to have statues and not need them than need them and not have them, right? So just because a new officer's out, and, you know, just don't jump to conclusions until you've really, you know, unless you really know whether or not something's good. Chalix, welcome to the stream. Does it even help to lower your units to be ranked lower during matchmaking? No. So when you're in a matchmaking stage, so as you can see here, we're in the sign up. When the matchmaking stage happens, it goes off of your all-time power. Okay? So even if I was to remove all of my units now and I would become 100 mil, it's not going to matchmake me at 100 mil. It's going to matchmake me at my all-time power, which is 395. Okay? So that's how it works. So it doesn't matter if you lower your units or anything like that. It goes off of your all-time power, okay? It used to, back in the day, it used to, like, I think it was like the very first couple of L4s, if you was to lower your power, that's what would happen, but they fixed that very fast. Do you think Steel Commodore, the Navy exclusive lounge, is good enough unit type? Which do you think it's good on? I'd have to read her stuff here. Scopes, overall, who is the best exclusive lounge officer, would you say? It depends, you know? If I said that a tank officer's the best one, if you put it on a howitzer, it's going to be shit. If I took a Howie one and put it on a tank, it's going to be shit. So it all depends with, you know, it all 100% depends on what unit you're asking. You know? So, Steel Commodore, she's a good officer. Is she anything super crazy? No, but sure, she's better than the average officer here. But that's because she's a paid officer. So, she's for the field, she's versatile, and she focuses on skills. So, as we know, she obviously does 30% crit rate with 450k damage. And that's every 4 seconds, so technically it's like 950 every 8 seconds, the same way everyone else would be. She does 20% damage, and an extra 1% for every grid. Is it 1%? Yeah, there you go. She then has officer skill boost, officer skill resilience. She has damage resist, and her awakened skill is when it lands a critical, it does an extra 200. And this can be triggered every 0.5 seconds. So pretty much every single skill shot she hits is going to do 200 damage coefficient because it resets every half a second. Okay? So with that being said, okay? With that being said, the answer officially is she is very strong. Now, what unit would she go on? Now, when it comes to naval units, you got to think about what's good at penetrating, what's good at hitting critical shots, what's good at, you know, and you got to think about, it's either going to be, say, the submarine, the anti-aircraft destroyer. Things like that are going to be very exceptional in the field. I guess technically the anti-submarine frigate is also going to be very good, but I have yet to see anyone use an anti-submarine frigate. Literally, I've not seen anyone use this. So if anyone has any information on this unit, I think it's the only unit I've never seen in action. Okay? No, Ghost, you're too strong. Yo, what's up, Crystal? Welcome. K1SF, welcome to the stream. Killer, welcome. Red Heat or Lady Liberty? They're two very different officers. Red Heat in defense is the best option you could have across every officer in the game. So I would say Red Heat in that situation. If you're talking about in the field and attacking a base, then Lady Liberty is going to be a better option. It all depends on what you're wanting to do with that unit. So again, it's very different. Ivan, welcome to the stream. How you doing today, buddy? Yeah, so I've always said this, guys. Whenever I just saw Paulus's message about it's better you don't boost your account during matchmaking. 100%, guys. The moment you finish an L4, stop upgrading. Okay. Do not upgrade your base. I mean, sure, you could do your like daily stuff. Like, so as you can see here, where is it? I do my dailies and that's it. So I get my dailies done and I don't overdo anything. So you see, like, this here, it's too much. It is too much, right? Like, you don't need to be upgrading that much. So the moment you come out of an L4, only upgrade the bare minimum to do your daily stuff. Other than that, guys, I would advise do not upgrade your account at all. Because the more you upgrade your account, the bigger the enemies are going to be the next L4. Okay? Ivan, if you was to listen, I said do the bare minimum to do your daily stuff. Simply do the bare minimum. Don't go crazy on it. Once you're in an L4, go as crazy as you want. But once you're in the matchmaking, or not even once you're in matchmaking, the moment you leave L4, then you should do that. What if I want bigger enemies? Go to a bigger alliance. It's that simple, God. Go to a bigger alliance, and I mean, to be fair though, that only applies if you're not in Epic. If you're in Epic League, just wail out 24/7. You know who you're fighting. You know who you're fighting, bro. So, I would say if you want bigger enemies, go to an Epic team, okay? San Francisco is the fastest. Sorry, I thought SF was. No, I know that the submarine frigate is the fastest boat, and subs barely can kill them. I mean, I understand that, Crystal, but I've not seen anyone really use them, to be fair. Oh, hell no. Epic with 320 mils is suicide. I mean, sure, but at the end of the day, you're the one who said you want bigger enemies. Go to a bigger battlefield if you want bigger enemies. Do you know when the update 12.3 is? I've collected 500 statues for the new infantry officer. Remember, respect, okay? You don't know what it's for. You don't know if it's going to be an offense or defense. But I would probably say like 2 months' time. We've just had 12.1. So next month will be 12.2. The month after will be 12.3. That's normally how they do it. They normally do 12.1, 2, 3, 5, and then they go on to the next one, so 13, you know? Yo, what's up, Zach? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Yeah, so the new infantry officer will be in update 12.3, but I do not have any information on whether or not it's an offensive or defensive. It could be either. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Does Lady Liberty's full skill count when attacking a base? I believe so. I haven't 100% tested it, but I'm pretty sure. If you're attacking a base that's over a certain amount of HP, you know, to its percentage, it should count. I don't see why it wouldn't. Oh, sorry, lower than 35%. Yeah, so if you're attacking a base that has more than, for my example, 755k, which is pretty much every single unit, almost, it should deal more damage, yes. I don't see why it wouldn't, especially when attacking a base. How you doing today, David? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Hope you're having a good day today, sir. I'm not looking forward to Hegemon later. Gold 1 against an S21 team. GG's, buddy. Good luck. Demon, I'm tempted to move over to your city and try to snipe your troops. Oh, shit. Donnie's coming. How much firepower does your strongest RT have? It's nothing crazy. It's only 20 mil. I don't have good parts. So I managed to get this part the other day, chat, from the 250-day thing. But this is like a weak... Oh, no, sorry. This is the good one. This one here is literally... It was like an upgrade, so it's the bare minimum. So, kind of got unlucky there. I've got a gold plus plus on my RT. You're getting ready for either epic or high gold 1? Hey, let's go, David. Man's a big boy out here. Are you a wow, Mr. David? Be honest with us. Are you a wow, David? Someone told me if Thorn was on a super heavy, she will have much stronger shield than any other unit. Incorrect, Killer. It's the second biggest. Infantry has the biggest, and then super heavy is the second biggest. So the biggest, the biggest is infantry. The second biggest is, what's it called? Super heavy. If you're on about the base shield, that is, by the way. Are you referring to the base shield? My RT is with full gold plus plus parts. Damn. Yeah, I don't have full gold plus plus parts. My ATG could if I was to put my like special equipment on there. Chat, is there anyone right now having any action? Does anyone know? Is there anyone in Vancouver currently? Oh, there is. Okay. Oh, S21's in here. This looks very, So these people have been locked in. Doesn't look like much action's going on. Oh, you're with Goth? Good luck, buddy. Let's go, Donnie. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already done so, make sure you smash the like button. We're currently on 19 likes on the stream. So smash that. Smash that. Sure, Crystal, send me. Best shield is still Thorn with Steel for base with HP skills. Probably. I mean, you've got the new Arbitrator. His shield is 2,150, so it's a little bit better. But technically speaking, obviously, that's a lot of something. But yeah, I mean, ooh. I said in my units to compo on your Discord. I appreciate anyone is willing to give me insight and suggestions. We can take a look at it in a second. Like Still Fighter, you say. Yeah, so basically both need to have what's it called? Both officers need to have a shield. Are you doing a new naval officer? What's up, Mavic? Welcome to the stream. So Osden, it's all depending, buddy. It depends on what's attacking you. If you have, for example, say 2 rallies of howitzers, it's not going to help you much, okay? But if you're being attacked by, say, 3 rallies of tanks and only, you know, a couple of artillery, that base shield's going to save you a lot, you know? It's going to save you a lot of HP. It all depends on what's attacking you, you know? It all depends. But it also depends on how strong you are compared to the enemy, you know? It's a little bit of everything. Hello, Mr. Crude. How you doing today, buddy? What do you mean, Donnie, about Arbitrator has no 30% skill resistance? What do you mean? Okay, but as a pure base-to-base player... I mean, I'm a pure base-to-base player and I still use Thorn. There's not really any other option in that situation. But in base-to-base, like if you're having a 1v1, the shield will help you because you're only being attacked by one guy. So you're instantly getting taken off that HP, you know? It's saving a lot of HP overall. Here's a smart question. Does Uncle or Steel skill damage resilience work on water? No. When you are in the water, only this stuff here counts towards you. Nothing of this. It's as if this doesn't exist. Okay? So the only thing that's going to help in the water are these officers right here. So whatever these officers have is what you get for your base. When you're in the water, you have zero. You have zero anything. When it comes to the ground stuff. Oh, yeah, Donnie. No, I get that. I was just referring to, like, a shield point of view. But yeah, still is still a very good option if you have her. But like, let's just say you're a new account. Like if I made a brand new account. By the way, Mr. Adam coming in with the 5 gifted memberships. Guys, could everyone in the chat drop a like on the stream for Adam right now? Let's see if we can hit 30 likes on the stream because Adam just dropped 5 more subs or 5 more memberships into the chat. Guys, can we get some love in here for Adam, please? Let's freaking go, baby. Thank you so much, Adam. Guys, if you've been gifted a membership from Adam, please say thank you. W. Adam. Thank you, Adam. I really appreciate the love, sir. Thank you. But yeah, regarding Thorn, if I made a brand new account right now, okay? If I made a brand new account right now, I wouldn't go for Thorn because she's just not worth it. I would definitely go for, obviously, Uncle because, well, he has 40% as well as he's also good on the field. Whereas she's only good in base. It's like, on the field, she's nothing. But she's good in base, and that's it. So, it's for me, it's a waste of 720 statues just to get that protection. I would rather go for something else that's more modern and up to date. Thank you again, though, Mr. Adam. I really appreciate you, buddy. Happy Easter to you, sir. Yo, Silly Pumpkin, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Damn, I can't swim then. I'll just be a beaver on the trees. No, you gotta swim. Guys, you gotta swim. Definite W's for Adam. Guys, we managed to hit 32 likes. Thank you so much. If we can push it to 35, that'd be awesome. So if you're in the stream right now, we have 52 beautiful people in the stream. If all 52 of you could just smash the like button, I'd really appreciate it. I run the same setup like you, but super heavy instead of infantry. That's fine. I run Thorn and Steel on my ATG. Vox and Uncle. Oh, you run Thorn and Steel on your super heavy. Okay. Yeah, so for example, I thought about it because Vox and Eagle, for example, would do much more damage. Well, sure. For me, you know, the reason I have this setup here is because I just don't have any, you know, I could switch him out and get Eagle, for example. But, you know, it's just one of those things. It's, you don't want to have too much of one and not of another, so... is Dame Sombra worth getting? I mean, I don't know. I'm probably going to awaken her on my alt account eventually. But as of right now, I mean, I would say yes. I think if you are maining an aircraft carrier, she is worth getting. But it's just one of those things, right, guys? It's one of those things that I don't want you to get it and it be shit and you blame me. Because I haven't used it. I haven't tested it. From reading it, I would say yes, it's a very good option. If you are using, if you are using, what's it called? If you are using actual... Wait. I thought you said you was... I thought you were sending coordinates to lots of action, you silly goose. Now that they've made 8.0 for water, I'm afraid. No, you don't need to be afraid, Ivan. So yeah, I think that from reading her, she seems like a very good officer if you have a main unit as the aircraft carrier. Always thought you like your base shield from Countess. So, the base shield is good. It's nothing special. But right now, I don't have anyone better to have than her. Does that make sense? There's no one else better than having her. So, in a defense situation, it's better to have her than not have her. Does that make sense? I hope that kind of makes sense. So, it's not necessarily like I like having the base shield. There's nothing else to have instead, you know? So that's the only reason why I've got it. Obviously, if eventually down the line something better comes up, I wouldn't mind switching it out. But at the same time, it's not just a base shield. You got to remember. So it's the base shield from her and someone else, right? But then at the same time, she does also offer 10% resistance to normal attacks on your base. So that's still another 10% damage resist from any normal attack. So yeah, that's a good setup, Mr. Ghost. Ooh, infantry user. So I use infantry for tanking bases. Well, as I said, Paulus, if you're looking for a Gen 5, I mean, I don't know about Gen 5. It might still be Gen 4. But in update 12.3, we're going to have a new infantry officer. But I don't know what one it is. I'm about to burn a base if you want to watch. Okay. Let's have a look. You need to send calls. Okay. How much power? 29 mil. Oh, shit. You attacking this guy? Okay, he's a little bit stronger than you. I like to see this. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, let's see it, chat. Okay, we have got Percy. Pre-charge your Howies. Pre-charge your Howies. Nice. Use the super heavy to pre-charge the Howies. Okay, he's making some progress, chat. He's making some progress. He done some progress. He done some progress. Weren't too bad. We've got to give it to him. He done some progress. I like that. Wanted you to check my collector to the cords. Want you to check my collector? What do you mean, check your collector? I will use them with my for inventory. We are on 20 on our guild. We use it. Wait, what do you mean? Sorry, buddy. Attacking a whale? I wouldn't say it's a whale. Definitely stronger than him. Like, he's 31 mil. This guy was 29 mil. So I wouldn't say he's a whale, but definitely stronger. Obviously, this is a level 30 base. This is only a level 28. Why Guardian on a super heavy? I'm not too sure. You got to remember, Ivan, he's also only 20 mil. He probably doesn't have many officers options available. I mean, Percy's probably the only officer he has right now. Let's be honest. He's only 20 mil. 29 mil. Why do people start the attack and then pull their sponging unit? So at that level, I mean, technically the person's level 30, so technically at that level it doesn't matter. Especially if he's upgraded his AA. But basically, the main reason at a lower level would be because the not every unit in the base will be able to attack, if that makes sense. I do know what collector level is, Crystal. But you didn't say collector level. You just said, I wanted you to check my collector. You could have been talking about, you know, you could have been talking about like one of these things. I don't know. That's a collector. You know? A collector truck. Oh, he's close to doing his repair. How comes? So, I don't know if I'm... what level are you, John? So, basically, if you have a look here, this information, the way that the fire base works, once you're level 30, it adds your garrison's range by 1 grid, and then 2 grids, and then 3 grids. So, basically, as most people know, for example, infantry, tanks, those can only attack at 2 grids, okay? So this infantry can attack someone here, 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 here. But if there's a unit here, it won't attack it unless I move it closer to then become 2 grids. Okay? So the infantry and tanks can only attack at 2 grids. But when garrisoned inside the base, it can attack at 5 grids now because I've upgraded that defense. Okay? Now, if you're level 29 or below, you don't have the option to increase the range, right? So a howitzer could attack at 4 to 5 grids, depending on the officers you have. So if you're attacking a base at 4 grids, but the units inside the base can only attack at, you know, 3 to 2 grids, you're only going to get 1 or 2 units attacking that unit. You mean in late game? So in a late game situation, let's just say I'm attacking this guy here, which is actually me. Okay? And I bring my unit out. Now, if I was to do an attack, for example, I'd pre-charge my Howies, hit the base. I know I can kill that base without worrying about this dying. But let's just say you are a very strong player, okay? Sorry, you're attacking a very strong player, and you know your tanking unit is gonna die. They'll start the attack, then they'll start firing their 3 units onto the base. They'll pull this back, and then they'll just garrison them all at the same time. That way, they're using the normal shots to deal damage, okay? And then they're pulling back in time so that, yes, they know they're going to lose some units on their tanking unit, but they're not going to lose their Howies. So it's just kind of a more... it's kind of a way to attack people without losing all your Howies as well. Okay? It's just another way of doing it. But also, you're not going to do much damage. So it's going to cost you a lot of reserves to do that. Okay? It's going to cost you a lot of reserves. No, the maximum range is 5, Odson. You cannot stack them. So if you actually read the Final Awaken thing, the effective range of this officer's troop can only be increased by up to 1 map grid. So the troop is the unit. So the unit can only be increased by 1 grid. So it's the same for both of them. And also down here on her, it's the same for all of them. You got to try using Futurist with Eye Poseidon's skill. It's not worth it, guys. It's not worth it. So, I know what you're on about, and I've mentioned this in many streams and videos before, but if you, for example, if I was to skill train I onto here, okay, I'm going to be doing 3 things. I'd have to remove this skill, remove this skill, remove this skill. So that's 20% damage from them two. And now that's another 25% damage from them. I'm losing out on 45% damage on my attacks just to get my skill shot in 1 second quicker. Which also means my skill shots are 45% less damage on them. Okay? Which means you're just overall doing a lot less damage. Sure, you can get a skill shot off quicker, but it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. It's better to deal more damage and get rid of that base quicker than it is to just, oh, I killed one extra unit quicker. Yay. Doesn't really matter if I'm honest with you. Yo, what's up, GK? Why Thorn and Bloom? The reason I have Thorn and Bloom is because I don't want to fork out 720 statues on a Gen 1 officer. That's literally it. Sure, I'm not saying that Angel of Light is not better than Thorn, because she is. But eventually there will be a better than a Gen 1 tanking officer. And when that day comes, I'll get that officer for tanking a base. Until then, Thorn is just as good, or even Uncle is just as good. That's literally it, though. It's the only reason. Can you show us how much long infantry can survive tanking a base? Well, it depends on what you're tanking. For example, if I'm tanking this base, which is my alt account, my alt account has all tanks in here. Okay? So if I was to tank a base, if I was to tank this base, my infantry, I would say, would last 2, 3, 4 minutes. Maybe even longer, 5 minutes. But if I was to tank, say, No Face's base that has 1, 2 howitzers, it's gonna not last as long. If I was to attack Weed, it would last even less time because Weed has stronger howies. So it all depends on what you're attacking. Do I have Steel Fighter? Yeah, I got Steel Fighter on this account. Doesn't mention you. I mean, sure, if I was to attack you, I would last a little bit longer than if I was to tank him, because you've got 1 howitzer. But the rest of your stuff's all tanks. This is the only unit that's really going to do crazy damage to me. The rest will do a little bit of damage, obviously, but... So needy, aren't you, Demon? So needy. Guys, so 2 things, guys. 2 things. 3 things, actually. Yo, Mamich, welcome to the stream. How you doing, buddy? 3 things, guys. Also, Crystal, why did you ask about if I've got Steel Fighter or not? Soon I won't tank against it won't tank against me for that long. Are you gonna get infantry? Let's go, GK. 3 things, guys. Okay, the first thing, okay, the first thing I want to mention, if you haven't already done so, make sure you do your daily login over on the Warpath Discord. Okay, your monthly Warpath Discord logins. Okay, so make sure you get that done before you forget. The second thing, I forgot what the second thing was gonna be. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I remember the third thing, but I forgot the second thing. I don't know how I forgot the second thing. That's kind of crazy. I guess the second thing is we are 1 like away from 40 likes. Can we hit 40 likes? I think we're going to substitute that one in for number 2. Because I genuinely have forgot what number 2 is. My memory, guys, as most of you know, is diabolical. Okay? So, yeah. The next thing we're going to mention, okay, the next thing we're going to mention is, if you haven't already done so, make sure you go join my Discord, because we have so many people from the community over in the Discord where everyone's helping each other, whether it be asking questions, learning, just chit-chatting about Warpath. We have a Discord for everyone to be in, so definitely go check it out. The link is in the chat right now. How much city badge do I need to reach God of War Advanced? Ricardo, I have no idea. I don't think anyone has ever done the calculation of how much it costs. I won't be Death Ghost, no. I won't be streaming the Hegemon. Yeah, so my brain has kind of gone kaput, and I've completely forgot what number 2 was, but we substitute that within asking you guys to hit the like button. Now, the third thing I want to talk about with everyone who's doing the stream right now, in 2 weeks, is it 2 weeks? I think it's less than 2 weeks, right? Yeah, it's a week and a half. So in a week and a half, on the 1st of May, which is a Thursday, it's my birthday. And I'm getting old. Okay, chat, I'm getting old now. I'm getting really old. There's probably grey hairs in my beard and in my hair. I'm getting old now, guys, okay? So, it's my birthday on the 1st of May. And I'm going to be doing a birthday stream, okay? And in this birthday stream, I could be streaming... I don't know how long for. We don't know, because the way it works is the more support we get, the more the timer goes up on the stream. But there will be Warpath incentives over on the stream, okay? And one of those incentives are, I will log onto your account and help you with your officers and their skill sets and stuff like that. Okay, Gramps? Ivan, I knew it was coming, but screw you. Thank you for the early birthday wishes, Mamich. So, one of the incentives... for the support over on the Twitch stream for my birthday will be Warpath related. So if you want to check out some of those, feel free to stop by over on Twitch on my birthday. The link is in the chat right now, though. If you are interested in, you know, checking out the channel and maybe dropping a follow over there, I'd really appreciate it. Yo, Mr. GK with a €2 super chat. Thank you so much. Vindicta power. I'm excited for you to get Vindicta. Let's go. Thank you, GK. That's very, very, very kind of you. Thank you so much, buddy. So yeah, guys, that's the big thing. And basically, we're going to be doing a lot of giveaways as well. We're going to be doing a lot of giveaways. So if you guys are interested in the incentives for, you know, Warpath related things, and also just, I'm doing lots of giveaways. I actually counted it. It's over 60 giveaways we're doing this stream. So if you want to be a part of the stream and you want to have a chance of winning some stuff, you know, you just want to be part of the community, I will be streaming on YouTube as well if we get the chance to. Okay, if we get the chance to, I will do a YouTube stream, but there will be a lot of Warpath playing over on my Twitch channel as well. So don't feel like, oh, he's never going to play Warpath, or he doesn't want to hear about Warpath on Twitch. I talk about Warpath on Twitch all the time. A lot of the community members on Twitch are from Warpath. So feel free to come and join us over on Twitch as well, guys. As I said, there will be lots of giveaways, incentives for Warpath players. So yeah, if you want to come by the birthday stream on the 1st of May, I'd appreciate it. It'd be so cool to see you guys over there as well. GGB Boss, welcome to the stream. Hey, do you know any good Gold 2 alliances to join? The thing is, I only know my own server, GG Boss. That's the thing. I only know my own server. What server are you from? Maybe we could ask people in the Discord if they know of any. You know, because as I said, my Discord, if you want to join it, has a lot of people, okay, that are from all different servers. What's up, Vil? How you doing today? What's up, Little Stuart? How you doing? Jamie, hello. Mohammed, hello, welcome. New player here. Which one should I need to modern first? Infantry or get an MB? It's completely up to you. It depends on your officers. It depends on your tech tree. You know, what tech have you been working on? Have you been working on your infantry tech? Have you been working on your tank tech? It all depends. There's a lot of different things. You're in server 50, but you can change the server. Okay, okay. I mean, I guess we could ask the Discord. We'll ask everyone in Discord here. At Warpath Crew. Are there? That doesn't make sense. Is there anyone in here that knows of any good gold 2 alliances that are recruiting members? I think that's how you spell recruiting. It is. There we go. So we've asked them. We'll see if anyone is accepting right now. Are your birthday streaming Twitch, not YouTube? Yeah, so I stream every day, Ricardo, over on Twitch. The only day I don't stream on Twitch is on Sunday when I stream here. But my birthday stream will be on a Thursday, so it will be over on Twitch. But there is a timer that can get increased. Now, the timer can get increased, so I could still be doing my stream on a Sunday, and then we'll stream on both at the same time, if that makes sense. What skills should I start with, Uncle? What skill should I start with on... Are you asking what skill you should start upgrading on, Uncle? I'm fine. I just realized Scopes was S32. It wasn't realized since I migrated. I know, Vil. I noticed that you had... you come and overtaken our server. Is there any reason you decided to come over here? How comes Corp lost loads of power? Was there a reason for it? Are all three of these trying to get into the same L4? Oh, you know Moyum? Okay, okay. Epic was not so great. Corp cut power. I mean, the thing is, Corp was in Epic. They realized it was a bad choice. They went back to gold. And then for some reason they thought, let's go Epic. So they went Epic again. Just to find out it's not good. But I thought... history repeats itself, guys. So I guess they got back down to a thingy again. Yeah, so I guess there's that. But guys, the best thing about our alliance, so we'll show you we have a very small alliance, guys, okay? We'll show you our small alliance. Where is it? How do I show it? Rankings, Weld. As you can see, we're a pretty diddy alliance, okay? We're only 13 billion. But we have the #1 kill person. Let's go! We might be a small, weak people, but we have Sky, who has the most kills in the server. Let's go. We'll take that. Let's go. We're on everything else, we're not we're not quite as strong. That's crazy, Demon. That's crazy. What would be funny, Ivan? Scope, ignore me. I don't ignore you. What's up, NK? How you doing today, buddy? What Margarita skill should I get to level 5 first for my super heavy? Ricardo, you shouldn't use Margarita on a super heavy. She's not for a super heavy, buddy. I don't know yet. I feel like maxing Everbloom. Okay. Well, here's the thing though, Naz. If you want to max out, if you want to max out, what's it called? If you want to max out like infantry officer, then you need to kind of think about, you know, do you want to max out an infantry, or do you just want to get one, like, just enough to tank a base? Crystal, what do you... Wait, Crystal, what? Heard about the migration to S53? I'm devastated. No, I haven't... I don't really... Honestly, guys, so this is one thing, is I generally don't know anything. I don't know anything about other alliances in other... any other servers. I'm so secluded to my alliance in my server. I barely know the other alliances in my server. Obviously, I know the big guys. I know the Corp. I know the Temp. I know the, you know, the V. And I know those bigger guys, the VCMs. But, like, in general, I barely know my own server, okay? I'm focused on me, my alliance, and just having fun fighting in L4s. I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't get into drama across servers. I don't do any of that. I literally just have fun with the game, and I try and help you guys with the knowledge I've learned through playing the game. That's literally it. So, I'm sorry that I'm not very good when it comes to knowing about other servers, other alliances, the drama. I don't get involved in all of that, guys. I'm too old now. VCM, not bigger, guys. I mean, you were bigger. You used like 20 odd mil. You use weaklings now? Oh, boy. Let's have a look. Pretty sure you're bigger, guys. Like, that's power individually. Yeah, you're like 18 mil. You're much bigger than us. I won't count these as bigger than us because they're weak as fuck. So... if you just want to train one skill for a super heavy, she's not really designed for a super heavy, but I would just say this one for the damage resist. It's going to be your best option, but this is probably better off going off somewhere else. Yeah, I mean, in my personal opinion... it's not really designed... none of the skills are designed for a super heavy. Which is better? Should I develop the plane or the ship? Well, they're two very different things, Mamich. Kester, welcome to the stream, homie. What is the best naval unit for defense? MGD or AC? So the aircraft carrier is the best defense unit in the game. Ricardo, no. Margarita's dodge is not going to be good on a super heavy, I don't think. I mean, it might work, but I don't think it's going to be... I don't think there's any point of it. You're going to awaken a new one? Oh my god, War Machine. Let's go. Mr. Freaking Legacy. Buy me a lounge officer since I'm the kindest person. Chat, do we think Legacy's the kindest person? Is he the kindest person? He's alright. Thank you, Legacy, for the $1.99 super sticker. I really appreciate it. No, what do you mean, no? Yeah, Chat's turning on you. Who is this guy? Damn. That's crazy. Y'all turning on Legacy? What about me? Damn. Y'all are turning on each other. What's going on? Do the officer skills tick at the same time? Yes. So, well, are you on about on your unit? So if you're on about your own unit, so let's just say you're in a 1v1, both yours and the enemy skill, as long as they're both set to 8 seconds, will go off at the same time, okay? But the second officer goes off at 9.5 seconds, so it goes off 1.5 seconds after the first skill, okay? So Everbloom skill will go off at 8 seconds, and then Thorn skill will go off at 9.5 seconds, okay? But guys, seriously, thank you. We just got another like on the stream, by the way. We just got another like on the stream. We're up to 43 likes. Can we hit 45? And potentially, can we come close to 50 likes on today's stream? I'd really appreciate it if we could do that. Soph! Welcome, Soph. How you doing today, honey? Mr. Demon coming in with the £2 super chat. Buy me a lounge officer because you love me more. Chat, who do we love more, chat? Who do we love more? Do we love Demon or do we love Legacy? Do you want the red pill or the blue pill? So chat, who do we like more? Do we like Demon more or do we like Legacy more? Legacy more? Oh shit, neither? That's crazy. Y'all are wild today. Ivan, y'all are wild. Legacy is the best? That's crazy. That's great. Y'all are crazy right now. I missed your message. Okay, I've sent you a clip on Discord that's very concerning. I'll check it out, Crystal. I'll check it out. Wait, Legacy with the 199 says, no, Demon, he does not love you more. Both are knobs. That's a bit mean, K1. I'm sure you meant to say noobs, but, Demon looks better. Oh, shit. Damn. There's actually, like... I meant noobs? Okay, I thought so. Debate done. I'm neutral in this. Okay, we love the neutrality. Wait, what the fuck is that word? Neutrality. Is that a word, chat? I feel like it is, but I also feel like it isn't. I feel like it is. New word, chat. Exactly. See, chat, I'm that smart. I've just made a new word. Unless it was already a word, then GG's. But, bro, we didn't see last L4 fights like Cairo. Why? Honestly, there wasn't much action. We got a little bit of action, Mahmoud, which was, what's it called? The 17,000 kill video. That was literally 90% of my action. I'm not exaggerating. That fight that you saw in the video was about 80% of the fight we got the whole L4. So, unfortunately, we just didn't have enough footage to really make another video on fighting in the L4. So, I apologize, but I went through all the footage. Me and Ahmad went through it all, and we probably had enough for like a 5-minute video. And we were like, do we really just want to release a 5-minute video with some basic fighting? Because it wasn't anything special either. Okay? So, obviously we have in the past released 4 or 5-minute videos, but it's more informational videos that I feel like people need to know this information. But just to see 4 or 5 minutes of basic fighting and it wasn't anything special, I was like, Yo, what's up, piranhas? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so long story short, the next L4 is going to be hard. Is Arbitrator that special? He's really good at survivability, especially, I would assume, on an infantry. But when it comes to the... when it comes to a super heavy, honestly, paying out all that money for a little bit better, you're probably better off just sticking to the free-to-play units. But if you get him and put him on an infantry, now we're talking. That could be some exceptional protection. Yo, what's up, Reaper? Welcome to the stream. Is Lady Liberty good on an ATG unit or strictly artillery? She's honestly good on any artillery unit. ATG, That's not a super heavy. ATG, rocket launcher, artillery. She's good on all of them, if I'm honest with you. She's good on all of them. It wasn't me, Ivan. It was the finger that said super heavy. I didn't say it was the finger. That's why I had to put the finger back down. The finger fucked up, not me. Okay? It is what it is. The man who buys you pizza or the guy that throws grenades at you, who do you love more? See, now, that's a good question. He might have... Legacy might have won this one. Legacy might have won this one just from that one sentence. Okay, there is no such thing as neutral... I don't even know what that is. I probably said it earlier, but I don't know what that is. But there is neutrality. I don't know what the difference is. Neutrality or neutrality. They both sound similar, except one has an extra I in it. We're just gonna roll past that one right there, because I think I hurt my own head with that one. Margarita or War Machine, if you must pick, who is better for ATG? I need to read her. For an ATG, okay, let's think about it. That's good for an ATG, okay. Okay. Waste of a skill. Okay. I mean, she works. Yeah, I mean... God, she works, okay? At the end of the day, she works on an ATG. And she does a good amount of damage, for sure. You know, the damage coefficient. You know, she does 15% damage. And then she does 10% damage. So, you know, 25% damage, decent damage coefficient, and she can stun them or stop their prep time. I still think Eagle's better. I still think Eagle's better. Because Eagle does 1500. Sure, this is not as much damage coefficient. But he has 20% damage to vehicles, which that's what an ATG specializes in. He does critical strike. You know, it can hit a critical strike. It has base defense, which is good. And in this one, it increases the normal attack damage by 20%, which is what the ATG specializes in. And it ignores 10% of the enemy's damage resist. Overall, I still think Golden Eagle's better than Margarita. But I mean, War Machine's good, sure. But again, it comes down to the fact that... Nah, nothing crazy. It has the 10% load time. Has 20% load time. So, damage of 15. Damage of 20. You know, in general, guys, I think they both work. It's a hard one. For a Gen 1 officer, this is a good officer for Gen 1. On an ATG, this is good for Gen 1. Let's be real. Yeah, so is the fighter jet good from Liberty? There was an update very recently, Mamich, which actually spoke about it, okay? There was an update recently that upgraded the firepower and maybe damage. I'm not sure, but I think definitely firepower of the unit when it comes to Liberty fighters. But I'm not sure if it was enough to make it better than the other ones. And I don't know if anyone's done any testing. So, yeah. Okay, Scopes, I've got to go now. Happy early birthday. Have a good day. Hey, take care, K1. I appreciate you, homie. How was your day today, Soph? I sent you something on Discord. Okay, I'll check Discord in 2 seconds. Is Silver Comet still good choice? Silver Comet, for being a Gen 1 officer, is still a very good option, yes. He's still a very good option. When will Gen 5 officers come out? Honestly, I don't know. Normally, the next generation of officers tend to come out around just after the anniversary event. Now, we've just had anniversary event, which means we should start seeing Gen 5 officers soon. How soon? I'm not 100% sure. Legacy, you always say Bashes is better than Scopes when Scopes goes to make a coffee. That's crazy. Is this true, Legacy? That's crazy. Who's better, Ivan with Steel or Iron Cavalier with Svarlin in terms of base defense and Sponge? Well, in terms of Sponge, it's obviously going to be Ivan and, you know, Ivan and Svarlin. When it comes to base, it's Ivan and Uncle. So, they're two very different. But if you want to only have one option and one option only and never have to change your officers around, then I would say Ivan and sorry, Iron Cavalier and Uncle. Okay, that's going to be a better option overall. Scopes, I'm thinking of doing plane tech after artillery for the damage buffs. I would just do all advanced techs, but it's not worth. Specific units are very good. Well, here's the thing, NK. Once you've done your modern, once you've done your advanced for whatever you're working on, you then would want to think about getting modern done as well. You're definitely going to want to think about getting modern done as well. You think Eagle and Maestro is a good combo for the ATG? Yeah, Eagle and Maestro is a very good combo for the ATG. I personally am not the biggest fan of Maestro, but he is good for an ATG. Modern RT is 8 weeks away. Okay, so once you've done Modern RT, then yeah, the only way to really increase a lot of your extra damage is by going down your tech tree for your planes, which is what I've just done. I've just finished going down here. So. Scopes, can you send me your OnlyFans? I have a link to my OnlyFans over on my Twitch. So go follow me on Twitch, and you'll be able to get a link for the OnlyFans over there. Guys, we are on 48 likes. Okay, we have 57 beautiful souls in the chat. Can we get 2 more people to smash the like button? And can we hit 50 likes on the stream? Can we do it, guys? We need 1 more person. Who is going to be number 50? The special number 50. What is the best combo for Marty Helicopter? So, at the moment, I asked this the other day about what's the best officers for Helicopter. I genuinely don't know. The Helicopter's so weak at the moment. I feel like it's just literally going to be the Super Heavy. Why is Super Heavy on my mind? I've said that so many times. I think it's literally going to be Valkyrie and Eagle. Or something like that. Valkyrie and... You know, the thing is, I can name other people, but they belong on other units. So, whatever's left over, I feel like... You know, because if you're a tank main, you should have an MB. You should have a light tank. And then, if you have a heli as well... then you should have the leftover officers, because your main officers should be on the MB and the light tank. So, I'm pretty sure Valkyrie and Eagle's what's left over. So, I think that's kind of the best. Guys, we just hit 59 likes. Oh my, we hit 60. You guys just went crazy. Also... Adam with another 5 gifted memberships. Guys, can we get some love in here for Adam? And if you've been gifted a membership, make sure you say thank you to Mr. Adam. That's insane. Thank you so much, Adam. I really appreciate that. I fell asleep last night, so if you ever use your 2 Alt F4s, she used one of them and nearly killed me. She nearly killed me last night. What is my training for the ATG? So my training for the ATG depends. So if I'm in offense mode, I don't have any skill training. You don't need it. But if I'm in defense mode, then I have skill training. So it all depends what I'm doing. It depends if I'm attacking or if I'm defending. So yeah, it's 100% random depending on the situation. Question for me about helis. What do you mean, sorry, piranhas? I would do a skill damage helicopter, Havoc, and Valk. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, though, if you're using Havoc and Valk, what have you got on your MB? Because you should be having Havoc on your MB. So, sure, I can name better officers than Valkyrie and Eagle on a heli, but if you are a tank main, you should be having an MB and a light tank where better officers should be on those units, if that makes sense. Repair and Havoc on a light is Menace. Repair and Havoc is okay on a light, but Havoc is still better on an MB than she is on a light. And you're actually better having Rapier and, say, Eagle, or Rapier, and if you can get her, the, you know, slowly but surely work on her. Rapier and this person is the best combo you can have on a light tank. Just make how is. Okay, Ivan. Run a sponge MB with offense L and offense heli. Sorted? Not really, Donnie. I mean, it will work, but it's nothing crazy. Because let's be honest, in that situation, they're just going to target a L tank and the heli. And now it's a GG, really. You kind of want people to be afraid of your MB, to focus the MB, to take the effect off of the other 2 units. That's how I see it, because if people fear your MB, they will target it, right? And it will still last a little bit long, especially if you've got, say, Uncle and, you know, what's her name? Havoc. It will still last a decent amount of time, which means that's more output from your heli and your light tank. Whereas if you have just a purely tanking, sponging MB, am I afraid of that? Not really. Yeah, it's going to do some damage to me, but I'm not afraid of it. I would go after the light tank and then go after the heli, and now everything left over is just attacking that MB. And so that's my the way of looking at it, you know. I'm yawning like crazy today. Let's see my naval for next L4. I don't have it built up yet, buddy. But I have this here and this here. I don't have it built up. I think I can get 8.0 maxed, but I can't. I will be able to go to 8.1. So, but I don't think I can go that far into 8.1 because I don't have enough of the, what's it called? These things. I don't have enough of these to go maxed 8.1, unfortunately. But seriously, once again, Adam, thank you so much for the 5 memberships. Thank you for 61 likes on the stream. This is honestly one of the craziest streams ever. We've got so much beautiful love from all of you. I really appreciate it. You need quick hands to move heli and L about, so they have to focus the MB. Yeah, but even then, I mean, I still think that if you've just got a pure, you know, protection MB, they're just going to focus the other stuff. You need 190k to what? Max out? Okay. Try it now. I don't want to try it now because basically I'm at 195 mil. If I max out my... If I max this out, I'm going to go to over 400 mil. And I don't want to do that yet. I don't feel like doing that yet. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared. So yeah, we're going to wait. Once we're in the L4, or once, sorry, on Thursday, once the matchmaking's done. So when we find out Thursday reset, I'll make it, okay? And I'll send it to you in chat. What's your base HP? 1.24. Is red heat good for siege attacks? I'm not too sure, if I'm honest with you, Jamie. I'm not able to test her because I don't have her yet. But eventually, when I get her, I will do the testing, okay? Is a super heavy actually better than an MB for tanking? I mean, okay, a super heavy might last longer, but the retrain time of the super heavy is much longer, talking about the Vanguard MB. Well, the thing is, John, the answer is still yes, the super heavy is much better because you're going to inflict a lot more damage, right? So, what you need to think about is yes, the MB will retrain quicker, but you're also then going to lose a lot more units, which means you're going to lose a lot more reserves, which means you're going to be out of the fight quicker because you need to use a lot more. I literally very recently made a video talking about Super Heavy versus MB. So if you haven't seen that video, I would check it out because we go into detail about the difference between Super Heavy and MB and what it's like to tank a base with it. Starly, hello, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Hey, Scopes, what do you think about the next two C4s? Do you think it's too much naval for incoming days? I don't think it's too much naval because it's not like there's zero ground action. We still have a lot of ground. You know, it's just that, it's just that, what's it called? Like, they're introducing the ground units, so it's understandable. Sorry, naval units. I don't think it's too much, but, you know, eventually we will end up going back to the, we will eventually go back to ground, so don't worry about it. Could you show your advanced combat tree for modern tech for your infantry, tank, and... Sure, I can show that. So, my infantry has next to nothing on it. This is all I've got. I'm going to slowly but surely work on this now. But it's going to be very slow. Because I just don't have enough of these, really, at the moment. Because I've got to get past this bundle first. I used to have a super heavy, and I used to have a helicopter. Hence why I started on here. But now this is all wasted because I don't have either of those. My artillery, of course, is maxed out. And my plane has just basically... I've just got to the end and now I need to slowly but surely backfill whenever I have time to. And then my modern... I'm working on backfilling this so I can max these last two out here. And yeah, that's almost done. And then eventually I'll start working on maybe plane... Or maybe some infantry or something. I've also got this to still do. Obviously, I've only gone up to the second node here. What is the name of that game on Twitch? Mamich. I mean, I play Call of Duty Warzone on Twitch. And I also play Escape from Tarkov. Those are the two main games I play over on Twitch. Obviously, we play Warpath on Twitch as well. But I would also say that in general, I play a variety of like survival games and loads of other games that eventually I'm going to be playing. And during my birthday stream, as chat have discovered, slowly but surely, each day they're recovering some of the incentives for the stream, and one of them is a horror game, so that's going to be coming out as well. Which, I fucking hate horror games. So if you want to see me squeal and scream and cry like a little baby, yeah. Check out the birthday stream on the 1st of May. I have a strong MB at the moment, and I have the opportunity to make a super heavy for tanking, but it's not that important. But I also have an opportunity to make a bomber and increase my power. Well, what you got to think about, John, is do you have officers for your bomber? That's the main thing, because it's also, you got to think about tech, you got to think about officers, there's so many things you got to think about. Scopes, your Dominion tech tree. But I haven't done much on that. I haven't done much on that. Veal coming in as a new member. Let's go, Veal. Thank you so much for the new membership. That's very kind of you. Let's freaking go. Can we get some love in here for Veal, please? Let's freaking go. Is Marty infantry better than super heavy in terms of tanking with Everbloom and Angel of Light blast resistance on training? Jamie, it depends. If you have... one, it depends on what you're attacking. Two, it depends on tech. Now, if you have no tech on either of them, the infantry will probably be a little bit better. But if you have a... like, tech on them... let's just say you got tech on one but not the other. The one with tech's probably going to be slightly better. Damn! That's 10 memberships from Vil as well. Guys, can we get some love in the chat for Vil, please? Let's get some love in here. If anyone has been gifted a membership from Vil or Adam today, please put some love in the chat. Guys, I want to see everyone with a love potato. We need the love potato in the chat right now. Let's get the love potato in the chat. Let's go. Thank you so much, Phil. That's really kind of you. Mason, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Hey, NK, you got one? Let's go. Now, if you've got a membership, guys, you can use the little love heart potato in the chat. Jackson, welcome, homie. How you doing today, dude? Yeah, so, Jamie, if you've got the best officers for both super heavy or for infantry, it's a bit of both. Like, it depends on what you're attacking. Let's go. So, Demon, we're not doing account reviews over here anymore. But as I mentioned, there are gonna be incentives on my birthday stream over on Twitch. Maybe that's included on it. Maybe it's included. Too many guns coming in the chat. Let's go. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Guys, I really appreciate all the love. By the way, I do want to show you guys something here. Let's have a look. I do want to show you guys something here. All right, so let me quickly read. Let me read this quickly. Diddy Alliance. Did I call him a Diddy Alliance? Oh my god. Who did I call a Diddy Alliance? Well, as you can see, we're a pretty Diddy Alliance. Okay, I called us a Diddy Alliance. That's crazy. I can promise you, no bottles of baby oil were harmed in the making of that clip. Okay? I'm not going to open the rest of them on the stream because obviously I don't know what they say. It might be some private information. What's this, Adam? Oh! Oh, okay, guys. So here, Adam opened up some, The Discord quality is kind of crazy, if you ask me. But Adam's opened up some drinks. Let's check them out. Let's check them out. Once again, Vil, thank you so much for the memberships. I really appreciate it. Adam as well. Thank you, thank you. 14? That's nice. I woke Cartero about 2 years. My tech is in tanks mostly. I have almost done none in bombers, and I'll be running a fighter and a bomber. Yeah, I mean, it really just depends, John. Oh, damn, man, skipping through. Not bad. That's a lot of drinks. God damn. That's a lot of drinks, buddy. That's a lot of drinks. Um, 2 seconds. Okay. So yeah, with regards to that, guys, massive thank you for all the love. Seriously, I really appreciate it. But guys, I wanted to show you guys something here. That we have a new video ready to go after this stream. And it's going to be talking about the new Vancouver turret fixes, legendary base effect discounts, and new battle reports that are coming out as well, along with some other things, okay? So this video will drop as soon as we end the stream. Well, it will drop as soon as we end the stream for members, but within 15 to 20 minutes, it'll be out for everyone else as well, okay? So yeah, once we end the stream, which will be shortly, that will go live for everyone to see. Yo, what's up, Lethal? How you doing today, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Hey, Scopes, on which server are you playing, and are you searching new ones? I'm on server 32, and I have no intention of leaving 32 anytime soon. I have no intention of leaving server 32 anytime soon. We're also full, unfortunately, right now. We are full on we're completely full on members at the moment, buddy. We're not recruiting right now. I think I'll need another 3 months. Yeah, it takes some time, Adam. It takes some time for sure. My collector level is around 20 something. Been a while since last looked I'm a small spender. Yeah, small spenders their power doesn't normally, not their power, their collector level doesn't really go up too much. I mean, even mine is pretty high at level 26, but that's because they're always bringing out new stuff, like new free stuff. Hey, let's go, Jamie. The thing is, though, guys, you gotta remember. You gotta remember that with regards to Gold 3, they are changing it, by the way. So to keep that in mind, Jamie. This is getting changed right here. And Gold 3 is now 9.0, but limit of 160 for the max level of their unit. So you got to take that into account, okay? Motherfucker, stop powering up. I'm trying to catch up. Wait, in regards to what? Sorry, Legacy. By the way, guys, I just want to say, Vil, Adam, Legacy Demon, thank you for all the love and extra support on the stream today. I really do appreciate it. Seriously, thank you so much. My account, you're never going to catch up with my... I mean, to be fair, you spend money, so you might catch up. But you need to spend a lot of money if you want to catch up. So I don't think you'll catch up. But it's possible. It's always possible if you spend loads of money. The history, why I ask it, because I brought a new account and I need an opinion. That is so loud. Why does it do that every time? Ugh. So loud. Okay. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Wall level in the water will have a effect also. So the wall will definitely get changed when you're in the water compared to when you're on land. Yes, that's correct. I'm not too. What do you mean? Sorry. Is that Oxy? Is that how you say your name? Oxyon? You've brought a new account. Oh, very nice. What power is your new account? Bob, 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 bob. Unfortunately, we don't do account reviews anymore, Oxy. But as I mentioned, for my birthday stream over on Twitch, on the 1st of May, there will be incentives over on my birthday stream, which will allow people to get some form of account review. So, obviously, if you wish to potentially have the chance of that, as well as lots of other giveaways we're doing, feel free to check out the Twitch channel where I stream every day. But my birthday stream will be over on there, buddy. You've always been able to have wall protection level, Manny. Too many guns, sorry. But it depends on... It depended on what your max limit was, if that made sense. Yeah, so here we go. So yeah, here the limits. There's always been limits when it comes to the walls. There's always been limits. But in regards to the limits, I'm pretty sure they used to be around 30, but now they're 40. You're more than welcome to message me on Discord, buddy. Feel free to use the Discord link that's in the chat. We have a Warpath dedicated chat to help everyone. Yo, what's up, Jeff? How you doing today? My name is Jeff. What is the best fighter plane and what is the best bomber? Bomber is subjective, depending on the situation. Depends whether or not you want to be able to chase a unit down or if you just want to deal as much damage as possible in one area. But obviously, you can't chase anything down. I would advise that, you know, bomber is subjective to your personal opinion. When it comes to fighter, at the moment, Vanguard has always been the best. It might change depending on the recent update to Liberties, but I don't know if anyone's tested it yet. We would obviously need people to go through and test that, but I don't have, you know, the ability to do that. Yo, what's up, General? How you doing today, homie? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're welcome, Oxy. Gold 3 used to be capped at 110 wall level. Now it's 90. Yeah, it's not even 100 anymore. It's now 90. Liberty for groups attacking your base against artillery and knocking down enemy base health. Marty's to take down tanks. Vanguard isn't that good. Vanguard is very good. Vanguard bombers are insane. Vanguard bombers are insane. You know, Vanguard bombers can two-shot ATGs. Did you know that? In defense mode. So an ATG that's in defense mode, a Vanguard bomber, its first attack will half HP it. The second attack will kill it. ATGs are useless against Vanguard bombers. Also, howitzers, light, any form of artillery. Any form of artillery will be good. Bomber for the bomber wise. So yeah, the Vanguard bomber is very good. Not perform that bad against tanks either because hitting all units. Yeah, I mean, it hits all the units. It does decent damage. Obviously, the Marty bomber's better for MBs and helicopters, but a light tank, I mean, shit. The Vanguard bomber's better than a Marty at killing light tanks. But yeah. Lib fighter is the best fighter. Again, we would need it to be tested. But the Vanguard fighter is better. It always has been. It's been tested in the past. It's better. It's been tested in the past, NK. But as I said, recently there was an update, but I don't know of anyone who's done the testing because, well, I don't have a test account, so I can't test it. Yo, what's up, Krampus? It's been tried by many air wows. Yeah, but here's the thing. When an air wow fights someone, okay, they're always going to be better. So unless you have an official, okay, unless you have an official test account where both accounts are identical, it's hard to test. Because someone is going to have more or less than the other. That's really hard to test. And that's one thing you've always got to take in mind. Okay? Whenever you see any testing, you need to take it into consideration. The Monica Quinn person's not even that strong def compared to other people we met recently. Yeah, the Vanguard bomber, I would actually say, is better than a Marty bomber, in my personal opinion. What's better, a gearbox for light tank, gold, or gold plus plus? Well, a gold plus plus is always better than a gold. ¿Hablo español? Lo siento, no hablo español, mi amigo. Whenever I see Vanguard bombers being used, they don't survive well and doesn't hit that hard. But then again, the officers are key. Well, yeah. So Jamie, it depends on whether that person has officers, whether that person has any skill tech, training, like the research tech. There's so many different things that need to be accounted for. It could just be that that person doesn't have good officers compared to someone else, you know? Yo, what's up, Tom? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? It's okay, Vil. We know how strong you destroy anyone. Your bomber would destroy anyone. But yeah, unfortunately, guys, you know, it's one of those things. It's like, it all depends on tech. Everything depends on tech, guys. Everything depends on tech. We'll wait to see them with subtitles. Subtitles will be on the main video. Esteban. Subtitles on all main videos, but live stream does not have subtitles. I'm sorry, buddy. Sure, Vil. I mean, you got to be quick though, because the Theater of Conquest is about to start, so you don't want to not be in your alliances. Make sure you're in your alliances. It's okay, still a lot of time. Okay, do you have a, what's it called? Yeah, see, that's a good setup. That's a nice little setup right there. Obviously, I'm assuming you don't use this to attack a base or anything, so... Yeah, just use Lone and Dawn Striker. I'd say just use Lone and Dawn Striker for now, because it's going to be the most common pairing as free-to-play. You're a noodle ghost. Alright, chat, we're going to quickly watch this one attack from Vil. The gold part gives HP, and the gold plus plus doesn't. Well, the gold plus plus will still be a better option overall, Smarik. It will still be a better option overall, buddy. So yeah, guys, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna quickly check out Vil showing the bomber, and then we're gonna be ending the stream for today. As I said, there will be a new video dropping within 15 to 20 minutes after this stream ends, okay? I'll have to schedule it, and it'll be up 15 to 20 minutes after the stream ends, but it'll be up and ready for about 5 minutes after the stream ends for anyone who is a member of the channel, okay? What's this for, though? I'm confused. Is this for attacking a base? Because this isn't, personally speaking, this isn't a good base-to-base setup. If I'm honest with you. It's okay, Phil. It's okay. Yeah, that's slightly better. That's much better. That'll work. For Liberty, what hits a base harder? Lone Eagle with Rising Star or Lone Eagle with Reaper? Who's Reaper? We're gold 2, Herbie. Who's Reaper? Rictus, you mean? I don't have Rictus, so I have no idea. I don't have him, so I have absolutely no idea. But the best would literally just be Lone Eagle and Dawn Striker. This is the most damage output right now. But again, I don't know about Rictus because I haven't used him. Scopes, is that the collector buff and skin set buff stack up, or they're the same? They're the same thing. So the way this works, it depends on all of these different things, right? So the collector skill, the collector level. Okay, so I mean, are you referring to, where is it? Collection rewards, bonuses. So this bonus it stacks with the other bonuses, okay? So this bonus here stacks with the bonuses from this stacks with, what's it called? With the other ones, the skin sets. But basically the level of your collector level goes up with the more skin sets you own. Does that make sense? But you're no longer accepting players? That's correct, Herbie. We're not accepting players anymore. Plus, you used to be with us, Herbie, but you left, so... Rictus has a heavy coefficient on his last attack run-in to inflict massive damage on his last one. But that's the thing, right? It's only on the last one. So... Again, even with that information, I mean, you know, even a damage of 2,500, like, it's 2,500 damage on the last one, but then if you have a look at her, she does 2,000, and then depending on how many units are around it, that's everyone. That's every single bombing run does 2,000. So, yeah, she's much stronger. You're welcome, Mohammed. I said to World Chat? Okay, okay. So here we have a maxed ATG right here. We've got a maxed ATG, okay? Are these both your accounts? Soldy, Jam, and Viddle? So as you can see here, we have a maxed out. We have a maxed out, and here's the bomber coming in. As you can see, the bomber is decent. The Liberty bomber is very good damage. Okay. But when it comes to the ATG, it's not doing anything crazy. It's doing okay damage, but it's nothing hyper crazy. You know, it's something. Jam is your husband. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Say hello for us. So, I'm assuming they're going to go home. So, 23, 46, and 44. Okay? So, with that being said, obviously, as you can tell right there, that's the amount of damage a maxed out Liberty Bomber does to maxed out units. Yeah, so there we go. So you didn't lose any MBs. Lost 48 and lost 96. Now, this is going to be hard to test, really, because, like, it depends what you're going to attack. Because, obviously, with the other two, you can only attack one unit at a time. If that makes sense. Okay, so up next, we've got the Vanguard. Is that Vanguard? I actually can't tell because of the color of the skin. I've never seen a yellow MB before. I finally woke Red Heat. Let's go. Okay, so we're doing the Marty Bomber now. Looks like an Abrams. It's a nice looking tank. Oh, here we go. So this is going to be the Marty Bomber. So the Marty Bomber will do decent damage to this unit, okay? Because it's what it's designed for. It's designed to deal damage mainly to tanks and helicopters. So there you go. It went down to 24.7. We have to wait for one more to come. And then we'll be good to go. Oh no, it's all done. Nice. So this is the Vanguard bomber. Sorry, the Marty Bomber shooting on an 80 on a on a howitzer. So of course it's gonna do a lot of damage overall to all of them. So that was wave 2. We then got wave 3. Does it fully kill it? Let's have a look. And on the 4th one... Oh, it just about didn't kill it. Just about didn't kill it. So now we're going to have to wait for that to retrain. Oh, no. Sad. And now for the ATG, which is probably going to do a bit of damage. Is a bomber worth it with no fighter? Yes and no, because you could end up sniping things, but you got to be extra careful. You got to be extra careful. So now we're going to use the Marty Bomber against an ATG, and we're going to see the difference. So as you can see, it doesn't do that much damage, guys. It's good damage, but it's not like, you know, it still hasn't even killed one yet. And there's a good chance it might not kill any. Yep, it's not even going to get a kill. So it injured them all, but it didn't get a single kill. It did not get a single kill. So now we're going to use the Vanguard Bomber against tanks. So let's see how this goes. Now remember, the other one got it down to, I think it was like 24 or something. I think it was 24 or something like that. I'm sure Vil has the exact results on her, so she'll be able to let us know eventually. But let's have a look to see what the Vanguard Bomber's able to do. But yeah, you could definitely snipe things, John. You need to be a bit more careful, you know? It's definitely harder. If you've got an active fighter enemy, it's going to be hard having a bomber with no fighter. For me, fighters are more important. Fighters should be your primary, and then bombers should be the secondary, in my opinion, because as you said, one without the other. So this was against the thingy, I'm pretty sure. That was the thingy. This here, no, so this one was, okay. So it was 88. They killed 88 of them. Okay, we're ready to go when you are, Vil. Ooh. So this was, I'm pretty sure this was when they bombed the the tank. Then this one was, they bombed the ATG. And then, what was this one? This was when they bombed the Howies. This is when they bombed the Howies. Okay. So we've got them all. Angel, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? I'm going to head off now. Work is almost finished. Jamie, you're about to watch the devastation of the bomber, for the Vanguard Bomber. We're doing this for you, Jamie. We're doing this for you, Jamie. Alright, so here comes the Vanguard Bomber. Again, against tanks, it's not going to be insane, but it's going to be almost as good as the Marty one. Okay? So, as you can see, it still does decent damage. It still does do decent damage, guys. Like, it's only ever so slightly not as good as the other one, the Marty one. So that to me, and it's left it one shot, by the way. So that to me says a lot, considering that the other one is the main one. So the one before, where is it? We need to find it quickly. It's here. So the first one was 48. So, yeah, I mean, 48 kills on the first one. We'll see what the second one is in a second when she posts it. All right, so now we've got the Howies. Now, if you remember, okay, the howitzers were left with, like, 4 units. Okay, they were left with 4 units after 4 bombing runs. Soph. Wait, Soph's using the coffee emote because she knows I don't have any milk and I can't have any coffee. Soph's bragging. Okay, let's go, Vil, we're ready for this one. Alright, so let's see how many strikes it takes to kill this. 1 strike, and it instantly half HPs it. Second strike, and it's basically it's one shot. So yeah, as you can tell, when it comes to the actual artillery units, the Vanguard bomber is so superior. When it comes to tank units, it's only a little bit better. Does that make sense? Like, the Marty unit is only a little bit better when it comes to tanks, but it's much worse when it comes to this. And now, finally, the ATG. Remember, the Marty did absolutely no damage. The Marty bomber done... It done some damage, but it got not one single kill. Okay, let's check it out. 30. There you go. So we got... The thing is, so the reason it only got 30 compared to the other one getting 48 is that last bombing run with this left all of the units on 1 HP. Like, it was all in the red. So if it had killed them, it would have gone down to... it would have been the same. So the tank was almost identical. And the artillery was way in favor of the what's it called? The Vanguard the Vanguard bomber. Now let's have a look what it's like against the ATG. Now, as we know, the Marty bomber didn't even get 1 kill out of this. Let's see what the Vanguard bomber can do. Take your pick, guys. What do you think is the better bomber? What is the better option of a bomber? Vote in the chat right now. What do you think is the better bomber? I think just from that, you can understand the Liberty bomber is very good, but it can't track people. Okay? It cannot track people. The Marty bomber can track people, and it's good for helicopters, and it's okay on MBs. The Vanguard deletes any artillery of any kind, even ATGs. Okay? And on top of that, it's still good at killing tanks. So yeah, it all depends on what you're attacking, but overall, the Vanguard bomber is honestly really good. It's very underrated, in my opinion. It's very, very good. Thank you so much to Vil for that demonstration. Sorry we costed you some reserves, but we gained your husband some kills, so there's that. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Mitz, welcome into the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I still think Vanguard Bomber's best because it's used in range. I can still do fine damage against tanks too. That's true. Like, 100%, the Vanguard Bomber, if you take everything into consideration, is the best bomber. But the Liberty Bomber is very special in certain situations where its damage output is just so good, it's unreal. Right? So, let's just say you are bombing a rally of Howies that are very close to you. It's going to be the better option. But if you're on that long-range shit and all of this other stuff, then the Vanguard is going to be the better option. So, yeah. But, guys, thank you so much to each and every single one of you in the chat right now. Vil, coming in with the love. I really appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you for your own membership. Adam, thank you for the gifted memberships. Legacy and Demon, thank you for the super chats. Guys, I really appreciate all the love and support that you guys have been on. Bots coming in with a gifted membership as well. Angel, you just got gifted a membership. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Thank you so much. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate all the love. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Legacy with another $2.99 super chat or a super sticker saying goodbye. Guys, I'm going to be ending the stream here. Seriously, thank you for all the love and support. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Best officers for Garrison Base. I mean, almost all officers are good in Garrison. But obviously, Red Heat is going to be your best option. You're then going to want to look at people like Stinger Fist, Argent Flame, you know, those that just deal the most damage output. But guys, what just happened? That guy just lost everything. Oh, he's only 173. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, guys, I'm going to be ending the stream now. In 10 minutes, well, 8 minutes time, there will be a brand new video up on the channel with loads of updated information regarding the new Vancouver. So we've got some new things that have come out, some new events. We're going to have discount in the museum. So if you want to check all of that out, make sure you check out my new video that will drop in about 8 minutes time. Thank you so much for all the love and support today. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Seriously, I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day, beautiful rest of your weekend. What is the best alliance on your server? I only know my own alliance. I cannot speak on any other alliance, unfortunately, Mitz. I genuinely don't know. I only ever focus on mine and my only. But all of the alliances are good in S32. They all know what they're doing. Most of them. Not all. Most of them. So yeah, guys, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being so amazing. And hopefully, I will see you all either in the comment section on the next video, or I'll see you either on Twitch, or I'll see you in the next live stream here on YouTube. I love you guys, okay? Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day, okay? And I'll see you all in the very next stream. Bot's coming in with a €2 super chat. Thank you so much, homie. It says, is Shevchenko good for rocket launcher? Awaken. Yes, any 5 grid officer is good when it comes to the rocket launcher, because you do need that extra range, okay? But, guys, I love you all. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And as I said, I will see you all, hopefully, over on Twitch. And if not, I'll see you in the comment section or in the next video, or in the next live stream. Goodbye, everyone. Also, shout out to the 3 people who followed us, which is Mamich, Matlas, and also 17VYK, who all followed over on the Twitch channel. Guys, I love you a lot. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.